my dad a happy Father's Day. Y'all know he's in another state, so. But happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are needed, so shout out to y'all. There's a few things I wanted to discuss. Um, like with that shooting. And y'all know I typically don't cover those topics, but there's been more shit that came out about that shooting, which is. But there's been more shit that came out about that shooting, which is. But there's been more shit that came out about. There we go. My bad. I meant to do that earlier. I don't know what's up with my shit. I couldn't see none of y'all until I went live, Pika. So I don't know what the fuck was up with that. With that shooting, first of all, if they're claiming this road rage, and I'm gonna say that was done for various reasons, but stop lying. There wasn't no fucking road rage. Road rage here is one or two shots and they keep going. That's road rage. And they dip the fuck off. They emptied 2 fucking clips in this car. There wasn't no goddamn road rage. Stop lying. I get why they said it, because 9 times out of 10 they don't want the investigation, yada yada, all of that. But there wasn't no fucking road rage. It wasn't. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If you from Memphis, you know how the road rage shit happens here. It's 2 shots, 3 at the max, and they get the fuck down. Because we just had another incident on 240 by Perkins. Dude fired a shot in dude's car, shot him in the knee. He got the fuck on down. Hey, Klaus. That's road rage here. Road rage is not emptying 2 whole clips in a fucking car. So, they're set at $1 million bond each. And then I found out, you remember when I read off those previous charges to y'all? On June 3rd, they shot a woman, an Army vet, just moved to Memphis, was at a gas station. Hey, Juju. Was just at a gas station. She had her 3 kids in the car. They pulled up in Infinity, had her at gunpoint, said get the fuck away from the car. She fought them. They shot her 3 times. She's done had numerous surgeries. One of them was 16 hours long. Why the fuck were they out? If they just shot somebody June 3rd for a carjacking, why the fuck were they out? Which brings us into the next topic. Well, not yet. Hold on. They're also saying, now we're gonna stick with the story as road rage, right? It's road rage, but Kendrick Ray's attorney, the 21-year-old, has pleaded not guilty. His attorney done told the news station he's not the shooter and there's more people involved. But once again, this is road rage. I ain't never seen a road rage where there was fucking 10, 11 people involved. I ain't never seen that. Not in Memphis. I ain't never seen that. Not saying it's not possible, but I ain't never fucking seen it. Never. It's road rage, but more people are involved. It's not making any sense, because, like, if you really sit down and think about it, the attorney done already sat here and said, pled for Kendrick as not guilty. His attorney got on the news and sat here and said that his defendant is, he can't, oh, thank you. He can't, The defendant couldn't help that somebody else in the vehicle fired shots. That's what he said. So essentially, they're putting it off on the 18-year-old. They're saying it's all the 18-year-old, but they're also saying more people was involved in the traffic. How the fuck is it road rage then? Hey, William. Now, I don't know which side told this goddamn story. I can guess why they told that story. Like I said, they don't want an investigation into. I don't know what Daddy did. I don't know who he pissed off. But there wasn't no road rage. And for MPD to believe that and push that narrative, it's kind of bogus and wild as hell to me. I don't. It's bogus as fuck. Hey, William. But they do have $1 million bonds, including to the bonds to the previous, because they were just in court for the other carjacking, and the judge wasn't there. Once again, it was these commissioners. The commissioners was there. They read off the charges to the young men, and yeah, they got $1 million bond. So, which brings us to the next thing. And I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like every time we turn around, Nashville is. Every time we do something in Memphis, Nashville is like, fuck no. No, 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 no. Nope, we finna take y'all rights back. Mulroy, who is our DA, got on the news last week and said that they were creating a diversion program for young black men who got gun charges. Reason being is because black men are overcharged and sentenced longer. Hey, L. So they said they were going to create a diversion for this. Now, me personally, I think that's the issue right there. They're already getting bonds, low bonds. As y'all see, they were able to carjack a different woman on June 3rd. We're only on June 16th. They carjacked a different woman on June 3rd, shot her 3 times. She's still in the hospital. And they were out on bond. Now, first time offense, I could understand that. Second, third time offense, fuck out of here, throw away the key. Ain't no. When you learn that this is a privilege and a right to be out here free, then we can talk about it. But after that, Cameron Sexton, the Tennessee House Speaker, said, Mulroy, you got us fucked up, pretty much. And you're not finna do that. If you fucking create a diversion program for gun charges, we will have your ass removed as DA in Memphis. Straight up. That's what they told him. Mulroy had to get on the news yesterday, and he was like, no, we're already prosecuting gun cases. We prosecute them daily. It's just we're trying to create a diversion program to help some of these men. Hey, Miss Brittany. I just think it's fucked up. Nashville turns around every time we do something in Memphis. Here come Nashville. No, no, no. And then they throw their weight around on our asses. I'm not saying what Mulroy did was right. I'm not, because like I said, a lot of people are already out here getting bond that shouldn't be getting bond. I already feel like if you shoot somebody, attempted murder, something like that, fuck no. Sit your ass in jail and wait. But they're also doing it because I've told y'all numerous times, 201 does not have all of its floors. So they're shipping everybody to the peanut farm because they caught 201 on fire. They only have they got the first, fifth, and sixth floor left. The second, third, and fourth is gone. And I'm mad at the fifth floor, them punk ass bitches. And whoever got my name in their mouth on the fifth floor, don't do that. Don't do that. And know why the fuck y'all asking for me on the fifth floor. Fuck out of here. Fuck y'all. But um they're already sending everybody to the peanut farm because they don't have room for them at 201 because the motherfuckers caught it on fire. So they're having to fix that and shit. So that's another reason why they're letting everybody go. My Aunt Pika, when I got that phone call, why the fuck is my name on the fifth floor? What the fuck? Contact her. She can tell. No, I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't know. That's the God's honest truth. I really don't know. It wasn't like I was lying. I don't know. Sorry. Leave me the fuck alone. Keep me out of y'all bullshit. I ain't been in that shit and I don't know how long. Don't put me in that shit. Don't. What the fuck my name on the fifth floor for is beyond me, but it was. Because I got the phone call for it. But so they're already letting everybody go. So Nashville is like, Mulroy, do you still want a job? Because we will kick your ass out. And everybody know Cameron Sexton, our House Speaker, he's a fucking bully. He is. There hasn't been one time I've agreed with that man. Not once. Not once. He's a fucking bully. He is. And if it's a Democratic-led city, he's going to find a way to fuck with you. Real shit. I don't like Sexton. Sexton is an asshole. He feels like he can call the shots. Fuck out of here. But Sexton has told Mulroy, if you create a diversion program for gun offenses, you will be finding another fucking job. So Mulroy had to defend himself yesterday at an event because they had some stuff going on in the city yesterday, and he was pretty much said, no, we're already prosecuting gun charges and gun cases. We do every day. So I don't know how the fuck that's going to work out, but I think it's funny. Every time Memphis does something, here comes Nashville ass. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. True enough, like I said, black men in this city are over sentenced. Then you got some, though, that are under sentenced. So it's a give and take situation. I know lately, they've been handing out years. One dude on a gun charge, and like he had, I want to say 60 grams of marijuana, they gave him 17 years. And with it being 17 years, and it being fed, you already know there is no probation with federal time. So he's doing the full 17. He does, Pika, he does. I don't like Sexton. I don't like Mulroy. I don't. But I just think it's crazy as hell. Every time Memphis tries to do something, here comes Sexton with his bullshit ass thoughts. Nope, I'll fire you. Who the fuck are you besides a House Speaker for Tennessee? You're not even a House Speaker for the U.S. You're a House Speaker for Tennessee. And how the fuck you got that position is beyond me, because you do not rep all of Tennessee. You hate us in Memphis. Just admit that. You do. He hates us. Because ever since that shit happened, when they tried to oust our people, and we turned around and re-voted their ass right back in. Oh, he was big mad at Memphis folks. He was mad. He was mad at us. When we had the school shooting, the young trans girl, I'm not being funny, I'm just saying what it was. When we had that shooting, and we had a lot of Democrats that stepped up and said, we need to control gun rights and all of this. And they sat in the Capitol, and so they turned around, and it was monumental here in Tennessee because we had never seen that before. We had never seen our senators and our legislators stand up in the House and sit here and say, no, you, no. And then turned around, they sat here and got rid of the folks we had voted in, but we had to do a special election. And guess what? We voted them right back in. We had already said, we're finna send them right back to Nashville, so get ready. And we did. And ever since then, Sexton has hated us in Memphis. He hates us. Percentage state time is 10 off top. It's 10. The more charges added on, the longer it can be. I know Judge Coffee is handing out 25 years. If you have violent crimes on your record, he is handing out 25 years. Bottom line. But he also has a vendetta right now. Matter of fact, I heard Coffee ain't even down there right now. They have a different judge taking his spot, but Coffee is fighting cancer. And he was supposed to set to retire, but I don't know if that's still gonna happen. But somebody told me that Coffee wasn't in his courtroom the past couple of weeks, which I find is weird because Coffee never misses. Never. The fool. They changed the law here. It used to be you could serve 50% of the time and do the rest on papers. If it's violent crimes, you're doing 100% of the time. They changed the law. And if it's feds, there is no time cutting. It ain't a day for a day no more. They're not doing any of that. And you're going to have to do the whole time. And with fed time, there is no probation. So you have to do the whole. If they hand you 17 years, you got to do the full 17. Yes. Well, I'm going to tell, like I said, a lot of folks was mad as hell that folks would sit out here and get all these violent charges, armed carjacking and shit like that, and then turn around, they would get out in less than a year. What? These folks shot 3 people just to steal a damn car, and they're already out? And that's what we were facing with when they did this bail reform. Some of it was for... Somebody didn't read the fine print. Let me put it like that. When they started doing this bail reform across the country, people talked about it. People just didn't listen. Hey, Grandma, my favorite grandma. A lot of people did not realize when they did this bail reform, it included rape. It included murder. It included violent crimes. A lot of people did not realize that. They didn't read the fine print. Folks said, oh, you want bail reform? We'll give it to you, but we're going to give everybody out. And now that folks is looking at it from a different point now, and they're like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. How the fuck did these folks just shoot somebody on the 3rd and then turn around and shoot somebody else on the 12th? How? That's what happened. People did not read the fine print in the bail reform. Now you have all these criminals that are getting out that have violent crimes attached to their record. Guess what you think they're going to do? They're getting a slap on the wrist. So what you think going to happen? They're going to come right back out and do the same shit because they know they're not going to be sentenced like that. They know this. So next time y'all want to pass something, read that damn fine print. I'm just saying. Because I was hearing rumblings about it before it started passing across the nation. I heard you had folks in like Chicago talking about, do y'all realize this includes murderers and rapists and child trafficking and things like that. And a lot of people wasn't paying attention. And guess what? It passed, and now everyone is, oh, we didn't know bail reform included this. True enough, yes, everyone is entitled to a bond, but I'm sorry, like that shit that happened on the E-way where you shot 4 fucking kids, fuck out of here. Why are we even having a trial? Why are we wasting taxpayers' money? That's how I feel about it. But I know everyone is due process and they are entitled to a fair trial and a quick and speedy trial. And that's another thing. You're not going to get a quick and speedy trial. They're going to start it quick. But here in Tennessee, the courts is 6 months behind. So that shit can be in the system for years before it's done. Hey, Shay. But, that's what's going on with the 240 shooting. They are expecting the kids to make a full recovery. The dad is supposedly making a full recovery. The 2 shooters are on, they're not out. They both have $1 million bond. Kendrick Ray, the 21-year-old, he is claiming he had nothing to do with the shooting. He couldn't control his counterpart that was in the vehicle. So, yeah. And they're saying that more people is involved in this shit. But like I said, if more people is involved, then how the fuck do you attribute it to road rage? Make it make sense. Road rage here is 1 to 2, 3 shots at the max. They emptied 2 fucking clips in that car. Then turned around. Saturday, Pika, did you see this one? Woman and her husband, well, boyfriend, I don't think it's her husband. By the airport area, their Porsche got shot 41 fucking times. And this just happened Saturday. Car pulled up beside them at the gas station. 2 men got out, lit the fucking car up. She ended up driving to the hotel that was on Non-Con Parkway, or Boulevard, excuse me. And they called the ambulance from there, and they both were taken to the med in critical condition. She was shot in the hand and back. Her boyfriend was shot in the back and his knees multiple times. That wasn't no goddamn road rage. Me and Pika called it, though. It never fails when it gets hot. Tempers flare, bullets fly, and unfortunately bodies drop. It never fails every summer. It never fucking fails. But yeah, 41 times I said, God damn, what did they do? I don't know, but it was right there by the airport area. Like I said, that shit happened. Then they had another shooting happen on the E-way that was near on 240 again by Perkins. But that was the one where the dude shot. He said what to the driver twice. Was looking at him while they was on the E-way. Ended up shooting and shot the dude in the knee. So they looking for him. Hey, lurker. Then turned around. Man, this weekend has been some crazy shit. I swear to God. We got an inmate missing in DeSoto County. This man literally changed clothes at the jailhouse. He was doing court. He was at court. Changed clothes at the courthouse and walked the fuck up out that bitch. Now they got a $5K reward for him. I'm talking about he changed clothes, walked the fuck out. So now DeSoto County got a $5K reward out, and they're like, help us find him. This man, he was on trial for murder charges. I'm like, How the fuck did Friday he walked the fuck out. Nobody has seen him since. So police has been hot as fuck up here looking for him. Like nobody, that's the thing. They got the video. I was watching it. Nobody was at that goddamn door. No police, no sheriffs, no bailiffs, nothing. He walked the fuck out. Everybody's trying to figure out how in the hell did he. We're thinking somebody in that courthouse helped him, because how in the fuck would you be able to change clothes in the courthouse and then walk out? He walked clean the fuck out, just like he was a lawyer or something. So then turned around, a man held his girlfriend hostage. He held her hostage since May. He finally got caught this week. And he was assaulting her with scissors. She tried to leave. He ended up beating the shit out of her, slicing her with a pair of scissors, and pretty much broke her phone so she couldn't call for help. Like, it's been some crazy shit in Memphis this weekend, and I'm just like, it's got to be something in the water, man. It's got to be. Well, Amethyst, I will say, Mississippi is worse than Tennessee. We fucked up here, but Mississippi, they ass backwards down there. They are. They ass backwards. And then I'm like, what the fuck is 5K gonna do? True enough, motherfuckers out here snitching for $300, which is crazy as hell to me, but I'm not risking my life for no goddamn $300. You out your rabbit ass mind. But 5K. He walked clean the fuck out. Man, when they look here, I've had family members in my extended family get snitched on for the funk ass $300 reward, and I'm like, now what if he was really about that life and came back and shot your shit up? You feel some type of way then. $300 ain't worth it. $30, it's not worth it. Not to me. Fuck that. No. No, because you'll fuck around and you snitch on the wrong motherfucker. They did it here in Memphis, a month ago? Dude was on paperwork, snitched on his homie, turned around. They shot his ass as soon as he came out of court. Like, that shit is real. That shit happens here. The man testified as soon as he got out of court. Bam! They shot him. That shit is real. That's why, no, I ain't, no. But with this one, the man that, he held his girlfriend hostage since May 27th. May 27th. That's how long he had held his girlfriend hostage. And I'm tripping off of these charges because I want to know why he wasn't charged more. But then again, here we go with this bail reform shit. That may be a reason why. But a Memphis man is facing assault and kidnapping charges after police say he held his girlfriend captive, assaulted her, and stabbed her with a pair of scissors. On May 27th, a victim reported to MPD officers that she was involved in a physical altercation with her boyfriend, Carlos Thomas. The police report said that the victim was bleeding from her throat and shoulder, that she told officers that Thomas, 46, allegedly assaulted her. She was taken to Methodist North by ambulance. On May 30th, officers met with the victim at the hospital. She told them on May 26th at 9 a.m. she argued with Thomas about leaving her house. He allegedly became angry, slapped her. The victim said she attempted to call police when Thomas took her cell phones and destroyed them to keep her from calling for help. The victim said she attempted to leave, and Thomas pushed her on the bed and allegedly cut her throat with a pair of scissors, then stabbed her in the shoulder with the scissors. This shit crazy. While she was in the house, she said Thomas grabbed her neck, applied pressure, causing her to become lightheaded, and nearly lost consciousness twice after he had already allegedly stabbed her. The victim said she attempted to leave several times over the next 24 hours, but each time she did, Thomas would restrain her and hit her. Said she finally ran outside on the 27th at 1 a.m. and ran to a neighbor's house. The neighbor called 911 and said he witnessed a man running from the victim's address. Thank God for that neighbor. The police report said the victim sustained bruising all over her body, a laceration to her throat, and what appeared to be a stab wound to her left shoulder. She said she was fearful for her safety, unable to leave freely, and thought Thomas would kill her. Thomas was arrested on June 14th and charged with especially aggravated kidnapping, domestic violence, and aggravated assault, domestic assault. He is currently being held on a $150,000 bond and will be in court to face a judge on June 17th, $15K. $15K bond. And then you'll have some bail bondsmen that'll they'll take some and let you work off the rest. So, but I'm trying to figure out why in the fuck he wasn't charged with attempted murder and shit like that, because I'm sorry, holding her hostage for a day, 2 days, however long, that shit ain't cool. And when I saw that shit and I seen his picture, I said, that motherfucker look crazy. You can just look in his eyes and you can tell. But I hope his ass get charged with the max, and I hope his ass don't see the day of light no time soon, because no, we ain't got no place for you. We don't. This mine's so extra. But it's the news that I've seen on this weekend has been crazy as hell, and I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck is really going on in Memphis? You got people out here, man, doing fucking. You got real road rage shooting happening. You got supposed road. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You're not gonna send 2 goddamn clips to a car over road rage. You're not. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That shit, 2 clips, then you probably got 14 shots each if you got a Glock. So 28 rounds? No. No. That was personal. But that's the narrative that they are pushing in the news, that it was road rage. I mean, like, we do have road rage happen here. I just read off an article, about the other guy over there at 240 in Perkins. But this one, the 4 kids and adult shot, that wasn't no road rage. Y'all find somebody else to tell that lie to. Find somebody else. And then you got the House Speaker all in our business, sitting here trying to tell folks they ain't got jobs and shit. I ain't never liked Sexton ass. He a motherfucker. I swear to God, Sexton a motherfucker. Yeah, it's too excessive. It was personal. I don't give a damn what nobody say. 2 old clips. And half the folks I've talked to, even complete strangers, they was like, that shit, nah, hell no. The news can sit here and tell us all day it was road rage, and the MPD can sit here and say it too. I mean, you gotta tell them something to get them up off your ass. I get that, but road rage, I no. And then taking police on a high speed chase to where the point where they brought choppers out, because your ass was over there by Germantown, and I'm sorry, that's one fucking place you don't play. You do not. If you commit a crime, Germantown and Germantown Parkway is not the place to go. I'm just saying. It's not. That's where y'all fucked up. You went to Wolf Chase. You fucked up. Took them all the way to fucking Fraser. Crashed the car. K9 had to come out and get y'all, but the chopper was on y'all ass the whole time. They just had another chase. They chased that person down into DeSoto, I think, or it's Tipton. One of the two. They chased his ass. They're not playing with this shit. I seen the chop out the other night with the spotlight on. I said, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. They is not playing. They, like, I'm waiting. I know this is going to sound bad, but I'm waiting on them to televise these damn chases. That's what I'm waiting on. Because some of these folks, how they drive here, and wonder why they can't get away. But I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on them to televise these damn chases. I am. I ain't gonna lie. They stole a car from my aunt Pico. That's like the fifth, sixth one they done caught with the chopper. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting on them or one of the news to be able to run a feed through there. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. And then the way Memphis is, like, you can either dip off to Arkansas, Mississippi, you can go towards like Nash, you can go up like towards you going to Kentucky. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready to see. I want to see how these folks drive here. I know how they drive in Cali, Texas, all of that shit. I want to see how they drive here. They do. Amethyst, I saw the one where the dude had went under the bridge. He went under there twice. And the cop was so goddamn mad. Y'all probably saw it. The dude went under the overpass twice. That second time, though, you seen the car rolling out. And you see the police running up on the motherfucker. Like, it's slowly coming to a stop. You see that. And you see the police open the car door. Motherfucker gone. He took off onto the overpass. Motherfucking police had his head down. He slammed that car door shut. Yeah, you was mad. You thought you had him. You was mad. Hell no, they can't drive. They already be playing bumper cars. Shit, we just had one that had a wreck. We literally just had one that had a wreck with the chase. And that's another thing. They were saying, see, they said that a police officer got hit during that chase and that his car was fucked up. But then I turned around and heard some wild shit, and I didn't hear about this on the news. They said that cop got shot. I don't know. It's possible. I've heard that rumor. I don't know, but he did wreck the car trying to catch them folks. They literally play bumper cars here with our goddamn squad cars. Now y'all see why MPD gets majority of the budget? Because them motherfuckers can't drive. See? It's all about how you do it, Grandma Sherry. I've seen some crazy ass shit. I seen a dude, he was getting chased by police, and it was in a residential. He busted a hard right. When he busted the hard right, though, he opened the passenger door and went flying out. Police come flying up behind. Never once realized that was the person that was in the car. They kept going after the damn car. He gets up, starts walking away like ain't shit happened, and he got away. He got away. He hit that corner so goddamn hard, I ain't gonna lie. He hit that corner. All you seen was the door fly open. His body come flying out. He did a little roll, and it cracked me the fuck up. But they were probably right. Somebody in the comments said the police probably said. Police probably said hit a person hit a pedestrian. We need ambulance for the pedestrian that was just hit. And I was like, yeah, you ain't lying. They probably did think it was a goddamn pedestrian that got hit. Yeah. And he walked clean the fuck away. Police didn't. I've seen them do some smart shit. I have. If you gonna do it big. That's what I say. But I don't know. You have a lot of people here that feel like they can test that water and constantly test that water, and that's the thing. Everybody's tired of it. The citizens keep raising their concerns about what's going on in this city because we're tired of folks go to jail, get right back out of jail, come out, terrorize folks, and then they get some more charges or they do some shit like this where it's all over the news. And all of us is pissed off because we're like, what the fuck? Why were they even out to begin with? That they just shot somebody on the 3rd? Then you have the commissioners that I don't know who came up with that idea, but whoever came up with that idea, your ass need to be beat. Real shit. Whoever came up with this commissioner bullshit, the commissioners are the ones who set the bond, all of that, and say yay or nay. You can go out on an RR, whatever the case may be. They're the ones who do that. Mulroy doesn't. Mulroy can sit here and say, well, we want him to have 10 years. And the commissioner will come back and be like, nah, we'll do 5. And then the judge will defend the commissioner by saying, no, that's within guidelines. They have every right to do that. Why the commissioners got the same goddamn weight as the motherfucking judges? And see, the commissioner board is made up of attorneys. They're practicing attorneys. And I'm assuming, or this is how I look at it, that's their way of trying to get into Shelby County politics and maybe become elected as a judge. Because, like I said, a lot of these, the commissioners are practicing law attorneys, defense attorneys, and things like that. So, but the commissioners are the one who's been fucking up lately, and that's why a lot of people are pissed. And like folks like myself, I was blaming on Mulroy too because I didn't know anything about the commissioners until I started looking into it, and I seen that there's 14 commissioners. You got a commissioner board and a chair. And, I realized they're the ones who are doing this. It's not the DA, it's not the judge, it's the commissioners. It's them. But Sexton got all the smoke for Mulroy. Now, like I said, what Mulroy said the other day, talking about diversion program for gun charges, if it's their first offense, I can understand that. But if we're talking about somebody that's on their third or fourth offense, why in the fuck are we creating a diversion program for them? You're dreaming Cali. Okay. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that. So, and of course, Sexton ass, with his punk ass, he feels like he control all of Tennessee because he's a fucking house speaker in Tennessee. He feels like he can just take whoever jobs when he want to. He literally posted on Twitter. He was attacking Steve. He was. He posted on Twitter, everything I said about Steve Mulroy is true. He's soft on criminals. He makes Memphis unsafe. He pushes dangerous ideology and agenda. He wants gun control on law-abiding citizens, but is good with felons possessing firearms. D.A. Mulroy kowtowing to criminals once again. Okay, y'all, what the fuck is... I'm slow on that, and I've never heard that terminology. What the fuck is kowtowing? Kowtowing. What the fuck is that? Can anybody tell me? No, it's Kowtowing. That's how he spelled it. That's the thing. If they actually did research, they would know it's not Mulroy, though. Like, if you actually did research, you would know it's not Mulroy. Because, once again, that's how I found out. Because I was mad as hell at Mulroy. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? You making Memphis unsafe as fuck. But, once I started looking into what was going on in the courts and the whole fucking commissioners and the judges and yada yada, the commissioners are the one who sets the time and sets the convictions and sets the arraignments and all of that shit. They're the ones who do that. So why is your smoke not for the commissioners who are letting these folks right back out? Please answer that. Because that was them. I guarantee in those court documents, if I'm able to get them, I don't know if they've been FOIA'd yet, but for those court documents on the two guys that's I-240 shooting, I guarantee when they were in court for the June 3rd shooting, I guarantee a commissioner is the one who let them go. It wasn't Mulroy. It was one of them commissioners. So why you got all the smoke for Mulroy when it ain't even him? Because he said, which I know why, because he got on TV and he got on the news and said he was creating a diversion program for black men that are sentenced harsher than any other race. Now some of it's true, some of it's not true. It depends on the charge. I've seen some men get charged with robbery and do 30. Real shit. That'd be like their second or third offense. Is that fair? Fuck no. It's not. But I've also seen folks like these little assholes that can go out, shoot up shit, not once, but twice. Thank you, Grandma. And be safe. And they're constantly let out. It's It's ass backwards. It's ass backwards. And I mean, I don't know what the solution is. Yeah, we can throw everybody behind jail, but I think you'll be creating more issues than actually solving something. And there's a lot of things that we need to address before start throwing them just in jail and throwing away the key. Now with those two motherfuckers, I could give a fuck less about them. But other people, like drug addicts, until you actually get them real help, it's gonna be a repeated cycle. And unfortunately, with the way shit is set up here in like Shelby County, there is no real help. Amethyst, your guess is just as good as mine. Your guess is just as good as mine. When I first found out about the commissioners and them are setting the bonds and they're sitting here doing all of that shit, and I'm sitting here like, how the fuck y'all let him out and he just had a shooting last month? Just like the when Joseph McKinney got shot, the officer, the one who got shot last month. Even though it was friendly fire, they finally sat here and said that Officer Joseph McKinney was killed by friendly fire. He was killed by his fellow officer. But because the boy was in the act of a felony, he was automatically deemed the person that. And he had just been arrested not too long before that on the same shit, carjacking, and it was all violent offenses, and folks was trying to figure out how the fuck did he get out? How? And then so when they started questioning the judge and the commissioner, the motherfucking judge doubled down. He said, "No, that was appropriate. We did right." Huh? A cop would still be here if y'all would have put his ass behind bars like he should have been. I don't know. Like some people they'll ride to death, and then you got some people. My God, brother's one of them. That motherfucker keeps finessing the system. He'll go in and get right back out. Go in and get right back out. Or he'll sit down for a few months and come right back out. Meanwhile, you can't address the addiction problem because why? They got fin all up in that motherfucker. They got meth all up in that motherfucker. They got sub strips all up in that motherfucker. And I know that for a fact. I know it for a fact. Don't ask me. I know it's true. Hell, they just arrested two, no, I take that back. Let me stop lying. Because I tried to figure out how one of them got arrested and the other one walked free. Two guards, it was females, got caught bringing in Mary Jane's cell phones, charging blocks, and there was something else they had. They got caught bringing it into the building. Somebody tipped off the sheriff at the jail. So they did a random search on the girls. The girls ended up having weed in the car, all type of shit. Only one of them was charged. The second one walked away. And she had shit that was not supposed to be going in that jail in her purse and in her car. How come she didn't get charged is beyond me. Y'all do the math on that. You can probably figure out why she didn't get charged. But she did not get charged. Meanwhile, the other girl did. Your guess is just as good as mine, Pika. I got theories, but it ain't facts. So I know there's drugs in there. So how are you going to address a drug problem when it's rampant in jail? And you have the CEOs bringing it in their goddamn self. How? You can't. You can address that. That's what it sounds like to me, and that's what it looks like to me. How your friend get locked up, but you didn't, and y'all had the same shit. Y'all had cell phones, y'all had charging blocks, y'all had marijuana. One of them had like 60 grams of marijuana in their car, the other one had like 28 grams. I think she was the snitch, and I think that's why she didn't get locked up. Because somebody tipped off the sheriff. That's how come they knew to search the two women. Mighty funny, one of them get charged and the other one don't. Just saying. Yeah, they both were guards at the penal farm. Um, which is where they sent. So we, like I've explained before, we have a jail which is downtown. That's 201. But with 201 only being partially open because they caught some of the floors on fire, or they caught some of the pods on fire, they're having to send everybody to a penal farm. And at the penal farm, it serves as a fed building plus. So if you get sentenced to like 6 months to a year, they're not gonna send you out of state to like Forest City or Nashville, because I know there's a prison out there, or Alabama. They're not gonna send you out there. They're gonna send you to the penal farms because you only got less than a year to serve. Anything over that though, and if it's real feds, like you got a 10-year fed gun charge, you're going out of state. But anything like less than a year or a year and a half, they're gonna make you serve it at the penal farm. The thing is though, the penal farm is just as bad as 201. But when I seen that shit, I was like, how the fuck did that happen? How did one of them get locked up but the other one didn't, and both of y'all had contraband? Make it make sense that y'all were trying to sneak into the jail. It was weird. It was weird. Because I saw that shit and I was like, how? Oh shit, Germantown just, well, it was I don't even want to know. I don't. I don't want to know. There's crazy ass news that's came out of Memphis this week. Yeah, I don't want no shit else. I don't. Then it took these motherfucking city of Memphis City Schools 4 years to get a superintendent. And as soon as she becomes superintendent, 1,100 teachers get emails that they no longer have jobs or they can take this job because they're restructuring. Yeah, y'all heard that. And once again, piss poor education. And when you have that mixed in with kids that feel like they're never going to amount to anything because our education is shitty in this city. As you see, it just took them 4 years to fucking get a superintendent for our city schools. And then she turned around, comes in and says, you know what, 1,100 y'all got to get restructured or get fired. And then we wondering why 18, 19, and 20-year-olds are out here doing bogus ass shit like this. Hey, Dutch. That's what I'm saying, Pika. Like, it's a combination. You see how this shit is a fucked up, vicious ass cycle? Is my point. It's a cycle. 4 years to get a superintendent. As soon as she come in, 1,100 teachers got emails, and then she had to get on the news because, of course, the teachers snitched on her ass ASAP. They snitched. They went to the news and they said, "Bro, they're trying to fire us through email." So the news was like, "What the fuck?" And she was like, "Yeah, I did it. We need to restructure and we need to get back to the basics. We need to worry about testing." And the reason why they're worried about testing is because we're literally, majority of the kids can't read. Their reading comprehension is on 3rd or 4th grade level. Their math comprehension is 5th, 6th grade level. When they test for like TCAP, their scores are horrible. But in Tennessee too, I do know that our education sucks. It does. It does. Because I remember they brought the TCAPs back. I remember that shit. And when they did, during 2020, 2021, during COVID, they literally sat here and said, this is no lie, Pika could tell y'all, they called the kids that had to test virtually COVID kids. And they pretty much said they were dumb as hell. Got to honest truth. They called them COVID kids and pretty much said these kids were dumb as hell. And that set a tone in a lot of the parents' mouth, and this was all across the state, because what ended up happening was that year, majority of the states so-called failed the TCAP. They had 3rd graders, 2nd graders out here stressed the fuck out. I remember one girl, her mama, because I was a part of the group, because I was curious to see what the hell was going on. I ain't got kids, but I was curious to see what the hell was going on. And one mama, she was like, her child tried to off themselves over this fucking TCAP and shit. And it was bad. So they ended up having, it wasn't just 3rd graders, it was all across the board, people. A lot of kids had to retest because supposedly they failed. Then turned around, some of the parents ended up getting test results saying that their child didn't fail, so they ended up retesting for. It was a fucking clusterfuck. It was a clusterfuck. And that was all across Tennessee. It wasn't just Memphis. It was all across Tennessee. It was a clusterfuck. But in Memphis, it took them 4 years to get a city school superintendent. And as soon as she came aboard, she sent out a mass email to 1,100 teachers saying that either they had to find another job or they could be a part of the restructuring program. A lot of them meant they would be taking less pay, yada yada. So a lot of teachers are like, fuck that. And I can't blame them. I can't. I've had excellent teachers that gave a fuck about us, would spend their hard-earned money getting us test packets and shit. Like that wasn't school supplies. That was their money that they put into their classroom. And I know a lot of people, I'm gonna stay quiet on that one. I know that woman personally, and I know what she did at Kingsbury. a senior trip couldn't be had because money came up missing. So how the fuck she became superintendent is beyond me. It wasn't my class, it was '06 class, but Miss Green was holding the money. '06 couldn't even go on a trip because the money disappeared and none of them had access. The students didn't have access to that money, only Miss Green. So where did it go? But I I don't knock nobody. If you're for the kids, by all means. It's just I know some of these teachers like Coach Harris, Coach Lester. Everybody knew the rumor at Kingsbury with them. Everybody knew the cheerleaders were dating the coaches. It was just an unspoken thing. Crazy as hell, but that shit actually happened. Yes. Kingsbury graduating class of '06. I was '07. And by '07 she had left. She left our school. At Kingsbury '06 though, um, she was the person that was chair classman, and she was holding the money for the classmen. Everybody would give money. They did car washes. They did all type of shit and raised money for their class trip to go out of state. As you know, senior trip. She was the only one that had access to this money. When it was time for them to plan the senior trip, the money was gone. And she's sitting here stuttering, and I remember Alicia basically being mad as hell. Alicia was like, I spent a lot of time putting in effort into these fundraisers and all of this, only for the money to come up missing, and us students don't have access to it. Only one teacher had access to it, so where did it go? And after that, she left. But everybody noticed she got a brand new truck. Everybody noticed before she left, there was a lot of shit she did before she left, and everybody noticed it. But after that, that's when I lost respect for that lady, because she was cool. I was skipping her class, no lie. But when she did that shit, And then '07, we didn't even have a senior trip because of what happened the previous year. The principal was like, nope, we're not even doing that, so y'all can forget it. So we didn't even get a senior trip because '06 got robbed of their senior trip. Shit was crazy. But I lost respect for that woman after that. So especially when she cheated us out of our goddamn senior trip, I'm like, that ain't have shit to do with '07. We didn't get one though, because the principal said, nope, we don't want another teacher being um helping themselves to y'all shit. It was crazy. I remember helping Alicia and them doing fundraisers and stuff like that for their senior trip, and seeing her like defeated like that was fucked up. But and nobody ever pressed charges on her or nothing like that. They just left it as water under the bridge, and I was like, man, y'all should have pressed charges on her ass. But it was the point of burden of proof, like prove it type deal. But our thing was, she's the only one that has access to the account. So, but there's that. But it's a cycle. That was what I was saying. It's a cycle When you have kids that are being failed in our school system and then they grow up and then they don't have hope for their future because they wasn't properly taught to begin with, either at home or even at school, because you have some teachers out here that are just for fucking paychecks, real shit. You do. You got some that are just there for fucking paychecks. They don't care. They're just they they just there for a check. And when you have kids like that that get caught up in shit like that, it's a fucked up cycle. So then when they get 18, 19 and they're doing the same shit, guess what? It's a never ending cycle. And yes, I blame the parents too. Don't get me wrong, I blame the parents too. And I get it. I know single mothers out here, y'all have some of the toughest jobs. I get that. Working 2 or 3 jobs just to provide for your kids. And then your kids out here doing fuck shit. I get that. I understand that. I know it happens. Shit, I was one of. I had everything I needed in the house, and guess what? I still went to the streets. Real shit. And fathers, I get it. It is important to have fathers in the home. It is. But it's important to have healthy relationships, not your child seeing abuse, or you and your baby daddy or your baby mama arguing and fighting and all of this shit. That leaves an impression on a child. It do. And then when that child gets older, they think that shit is normal because they grew up with that type of shit in the household. So then they grow up hitting women or whatever the case may be. It's a cycle. And it starts with us at home. We need to fix our school systems. We need to create, and somebody made a post, and I wholeheartedly agree with this. I seen this on Facebook, and they sat here and said, and this is another reason why we have so much crime. Somebody said, if our president or if a president can get elected with a felony on its record, on their record, then anybody that has a felony on their record should be able to apply to any fucking job they want to. I can't even be mad at that, because that's another reason why these folks turn to the streets. When you get out of jail and you turn around and the only thing you got is fucking McDonald's, Checkers, and shit like that that'll offer you a job, you damn right it's easier to sell drugs than it is working a motherfucking 8 to 5 and I get $300-400 a week. Because let's be 100, they're one of the lowest paying jobs in the sector. So you done put them down as a felon. You done, even though that was a choice of themselves, they fucked themselves up, true enough. But let's try to help them not repeat that cycle. And when they come out and they're turned around and they're fucking going work for McDonald's, Checkers, or a bus boy, whatever position it is, and they're bringing $400-500 home, that's not enough to cover the bills here. Rent has went up 3 times in Memphis. Staying in the hood now costs you a good $1,100-1,200. Those checks would go to rent alone. How are they supposed to survive? How are they supposed to eat? How are they supposed to get back and forth to work? How are they supposed to care for their kids? And that's what a lot of people, they don't think about that type of shit. But that's why a lot of these people go back to the streets. Fast money is easier money than it is working a fucking 9 to 5. It is. You ain't got to deal with no boss. You ain't got to deal with no rude ass customers. You ain't got to deal with folks trying to talk to you crazy as hell. Now you got to deal with junkies and cons. But I'd rather deal with the junkies and cons than deal with the motherfuckers that's entitled. Shit. That's speaking from experience right there. I'm just saying. So we have to address these cycles before we can address every fucking thing else. Just like the black on black crime. And I hate when folks sit here and say, no, it's just crime. No. We kill each other faster than any other race can kill us. I'm sorry. And we'll kill each other over fucking war words. Real shit. I can say something to piss you off and the motherfucker will come shoot up my house. It's easier to do that than to actually sit down and talk about it or duke it out. And a lot of people out here have lost sight of how precious life is. And I'm going to keep saying this shit. This ain't no goddamn video game. You can't respawn. You can't sit here and come back to life. This ain't no fucking Grand Theft Auto. None of that. Once you're dead, that's it. You're in the ground forever. And when people start cherishing life again, maybe we could get somewhere. But until then, it's just one big ass cycle. And the ones that are in this cycle has to be the ones that break that cycle. See, I can be on the outside and looking in all day and tell y'all what y'all need to do, but it ain't gonna do you no good. You have to want to break that cycle. And a lot of them are brainwashed into thinking these streets love them more than they family, which is a fucking lie because the streets love nobody. They don't. They fuck with you while you're alive, but when you dead, let's see how many folks come to your funeral. Don't worry, I'll wait. Or better yet, when you're in jail, let's see how many folks put money on your books. Don't worry, I'll wait. Oh my God, brother, now that motherfucker calls every day. Can I get $20 on phone time? No. Ain't nobody got it like that. The fuck? You put yourself in that situation. You the one who decided to take police on a high-speed chase. Now you want everybody else to help you and get you commissary and this and that. No, bruh. No. Y'all gotta take accountability and start trying to heal that trauma. Whatever trauma it is y'all got going on, y'all need to get that shit healed. Real shit. Otherwise, it's just gonna continue to be fuck shit out here. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I just wanted to tell y'all that update about the I-240 shooting and how they're labeling it road rage, and half of Memphis is calling bullshit. We see through the bullshit. There wasn't no fucking road rage. Not 2 whole clips. I don't care. I don't give a damn. 2 whole clips. That was a message. Period. And how Nashville is trying to bully our damn DA because he said he's going to create a diversion program for gun charges. But anyway, y'all have Father's Day. If y'all haven't called y'all pops, I know some of y'all, pops is gone, but talk to him while he's in heaven. It ain't going to hurt you. I know some days is better than others, but just try to remember the good times, the best times, not the sad times. Anyway, appreciate y'all stopping by. Press that like button, and I'll catch y'all on the next live. Peace, y'all.